yourself and tell us about your background?
Yes, my name is Takayoshi, and I'm from Japan, and I have been teaching at NUIC since 2001. So already 14 years. And before that, I taught at university in Thailand for 3 years.
Right. Like you said, how long have you been in Thailand? And what's the reason that you visited Thailand?
I have been in Thailand for 17 years, not 70 years, and I came to Thailand to get a teaching position at university which is located in Phuket. That was Prince of Songkran University.
Right. When you first come to Thailand, have you experienced any culture shock? And what are some similarities and differences you noticed between Thailand and Japanese people?
Yes, this is actually quite easy. Punctuality. Japanese people usually, particularly in work circumstances, punctuality is highly valued. So not here in NUIC, but at the university where I worked for the first time for 3 years, I was quite shocked because when I went to a meeting room, at the time when I was told that the meeting was about to start, but nobody in the meeting room. So it was quite interesting. So this one. And second one is also related to this, and probably we will mention later. In Japan, at least as for me, I plan everything in ahead, but not. This is not widely practiced in Thailand. So this is also a big difference.
Right. So do you have any hard time communicating with Thai people or any other barriers?
I'm not good at communicating in Thai. My Thai is very limited, although I do not have a big difficulty in communicating with Thai people. Not large. I think.
And when talking with someone you have just met, and what will you talk about? And will you of course their idea? Okay, if you disagree about something, and will you be straightforward and direct with them?
This is a difficult question. Of course, I will not dare to be against that person's ideas. In the first place, I will not talk about something personal, such as the families or what kind of job they do. Or so I will talk quite general things. Probably if it is foreigner, Thai food, for example, or some places of interest you could visit, so something like that. Not personal question and deep questions.
And do you believe rules are to be followed strictly with no expectation, or that it can be broken on certain circumstances?
This is kind of black and white, and I think it's quite difficult. I'm rather like to be strict by following the rules, but it does not mean that no exceptions. I think these exceptions, right?
Right.
Okay, I understand.
It's
Expectations. Okay, so I would be strict with the rule, but sometimes, of course, it could be broken in limited circumstances.
Can you give an example?
Let's say example.
Like maybe your friends or your family, like
Oh,
breakthrough
I see.
or
Oh, example, good point. Example.
that's okay if you.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
So, is a good manager is someone who gets the job done, or is a person who take care of people?
Good question. Well, again, I think it's not one of the two. It has to be balanced. But I would rather try to focus on the first one.
Get the job done.
Yes. But of course, it doesn't mean that you don't have to. You don't have to care for people. But the first one is, I think, top priority. Yes.
When trying to ask someone for a favor or making a business deal with them, do you go straight to the point, or you talk around the point, or indirect way?
Yeah, this is also difficult. It depends. If it is a small favor, I talk directly, straight to the point. But if it is a big one, no. Or I will make maybe first something, talk indirectly and then to the point. So it depends.
Depends on the situation.
Yes.
In your country, in this is Japan,
Yes.
an argument between an elder person or with a child, do they have equal chances of winning the argument? And do you considering that both arguments are valid?
This difficult answer, but I tell you what I believe. I think it should be, meaning that regardless of the age differences, if the arguments are valid, it should be there should be a chance for younger person of winning the argument. But I don't know if it is always the case. But this is what I believe. Yes.
So if your boss or teacher is younger or around the same age as you are, and as well as your peers, are they well respected?
I think yes, because of the positions, regardless of the age, because today it is not uncommon to have this kind of situations. So yes, but I don't know if it is well. It should be, it is respected, I think.
Next question.
Yes.
What are some body languages you would say are offensive or is a friendly gesture in your country, and how often do you use them? And also, what were some body language that were new to you when you come to Thailand?
Yeah, this is difficult. This, I'm sorry, I can't answer. But the second part, the new, the body language that was new to me when I came to Thailand. Of course, it is right. Yeah, you put hands in front of you. But other than that, sorry, I can't answer this. I don't have an idea.
And what do you think about someone who says, I was only 5 minutes late?
Yeah, this is also.
I assume you get that a lot.
Yes. But again, it depends on the relationship with that person, or whether it is a business situation, or a friendship situation, or a family situation. Although I am actually I'm super punctual, even for Japanese people, I'm super punctual. So because of this, I feel kind of irritating. But if it is a friendship relationship, or if something I cannot be annoyed directly, I think it's okay. But in my mind, whatever cases, I feel annoyed, and yes, it's not. I find it's not. I don't feel comfortable. Yeah.
Next question. Do you feel uncomfortable when exact date is not known, such as when a deadline is not unknown for some work? Or if not, if it is an optional, like a trip with friends, would you go at all?
It's a very good question. It is related to what I said already. I like to plan everything in advance. So actually, if I do not know the exact date, I feel very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. But again, if it is a friendship relation, yes, I know that not everyone is like me, so it's I have to handle it. I have to be. I don't have to. Yes, I can't be that uncomfortable. But to be honest, yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, and also it is related. Sorry, it is not written here. Related to this one, I do, as I plan everything in ahead, many things in ahead, I don't like to be asked to have a meeting or something with short notice. This irritates me very much because I plan everything in advance. So, but as I said, I'm rather exceptional even for Japanese people. Yes.
So next question, which is related. Do you feel anxious when the plan is constantly changing, or are you the type that flexible with the time but don't mind sticking to the plan?
Yes, this is also a very good question. I like to plan everything ahead, but it does not mean that I always stick to the plan. I am, I think, rather flexible to change if it is necessary. Do I answer to this question? So, although I like to plan everything ahead, but if plan changed, it is okay for me.
Okay.
Do you mind being corrected with or contradicted by your student when you think what you said, or when the student thinks that what you said was wrong?
No, I think it's a good. What was the question? No, I don't mind, of course. You can't mind as a teacher. I'm happy if they say something like this.
And when you were a student, and did you state your opinion directly or keep quiet from your teacher, your boss, or every person?
Good question. I was a student, kind of make a statement against the teacher, saying that no, this is not correct. So because of this, because of this, I do not mind at all if students make any questions, be against with me, no problem.
Alright. Would you invite your teacher or your boss to a party held by your peers?
Again, this depends what kind, but I think probably no. If it is peers, what do you mean by peers?
Like colleagues or
Colleagues
friends?
means, because colleagues means at workplace, right? And friends are not necessarily colleagues, it's different.
Yeah, but we mean like, what do you feel about your boss outside of the company? Like, how do you feel with them, like,
I see.
outside?
Like
Do you still have a distance between the boss, or when
Okay.
you with the student?
I'm quite, again, different from the majority of Japanese people. I do not like to have this kind of relationship with my supervisor at workplace, outside the workplace.
you had both.
Yes.
So what is more important between having a successful career or a happy family?
That's a good question. That's a very good question. I think both are important, both. But again, if you like me to choose one, right? I understand. In fact, by the way, I'm single. So.
Maybe like your parents?
Yeah, I know. I understand what you mean. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Yes, I think both are important, but I think first one, successful career. Yeah.
What do you believe were key of the key elements that pushes your life this far? Is it all your own effort, or is it just luck?
It is also a tough question. But you like me to select one, right?
And what do you believe?
I mean, both. You can't have only one
Yeah.
to achieve something. As you know, you can't. So both.
You must have a little bit of luck.
Yes, of course. But luck alone can't help you. Efforts are necessary. So both. But if you like me to, although I said both, I think efforts are more important.
Because I heard that you work very hard.
Very soft. Very soft, not hard. Soft.
Okay. Okay.
For let's say it's like the situation. For example, if someone you very know and invite you to his house, and when you get there and the host asks you for a drink, and what will you do? You will drink at the first time or just
Oh, I
outside?
understand. Yes. In some places in Japan, when you have this situation, you should first decline. But I'm not that kind of person. I'm quite straightforward. So I accept. But it's true, yes. You should decline for the first time, and only the second time you accept, right? But I'm not that kind of person. I accept. But of course, it depends how I know that person. And in the first place, I think I don't go. I feel kind of uncomfortable to be this kind of situation. So if I'm invited by the person who I do not know very well, I would rather make an excuse not to go.
So you would rather go with friends rather than acquaintance?
In the first place, I'm not kind of party person. I do not feel comfortable talking to people whom I do not know very well. Yeah. But in this case, yes, I accept. But this is also a very good question.
How about if you go to your close friend house and they like you thirsty, you gonna go directly to the refrigerator, or you just like ask them for
Of
drinks?
course. But
or
again, if I know that person very well, probably I go to the fridge directly. But I think
So it depends on the
Yeah,
level of
it-
the relationship.
exactly depending on how close you are with that person.
The next question, and when you want to explain your idea, and do you wait for your turn or speak out at that moment? It means you will interrupt and overlap that person, or just wait for their finish.
I think as I did already, I overlap, right? I'm kind of person speak overlap. Yes, I don't wait until the end. It's not good, I think. Yes.
how about Japanese, like normal Japanese people?
I think they wait.
They wait.
But again, it depends. If you talk with your boss, probably most Japanese, even me, would wait. But if you like kind of relaxed situation, so you do not wait probably.
So it depends on the people who you talk with.
Exactly.
And in your language, when you ask the question, do you end with the rising tone or the falling intonation? Means in Japanese,
Do you understand the question?
like in English, like when you ask someone like hungry, thirsty, and you will rising
You're
your
rising the
intonation.
sound of the
I see.
And what about your language?
We do have expressions with rising intonation. So, but it depends. So both. Answer?
Yeah,
Both.
Can you give me some example?
So that, like you said, if you want to, just maybe I can explain. As I teach Japanese studies, in Japanese we do not make this kind of intonation like in Taiwan English. unless you speak in colloquial, informal language with your friends. So official formal language, we do not make this kind of intonation, even if it is question. So only when you are close and you use informal language, you can make this intonation.
Okay. That should conclude our interview.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Is it okay? Thank you. So after 20 minutes.